Welcome to iFiber One News. I'm Bethany Jenks. Tonight, we report on the appeals court decision in a legal battle between the prosecutor and the deputy coroner, and what Quincy decided about building a new fire station. What's going on in sports, Bob?
The Wenatchee Apple Sox have a new head coach, and the Mariners drop a one-run game to the Phillies. Here's a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
Temperatures continue to cool along the Columbia Basin and the rest of our state. In a minute, I will let you know if there's any heat in our extended forecast.
Stay tuned for all of this and much more on iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
An appeals court ruled Grant County Deputy Coroner Jerry Jasmine can't sign death certificates. The Washington State Court of Appeals upheld Douglas County Superior Court Judge John Hotchkiss' 2013 decision and prosecutor Angus Lee's motion to prevent Jasmine from being deputy coroner. Lee's case started with Jasmine's conviction for disorderly conduct in 2009. The plea came after Jasmine, coroner at the time, was accused of not allowing his chief deputy to get out of a county truck during an argument. As part of the plea agreement, Jasmine agreed to the forfeiture of his right to hold public office. He resigned from the office after entering the plea. After Craig Morrison was elected to the position of coroner in 2010, he hired Jasmine as deputy coroner and chief investigator. Lee argued due to his agreement, Jasmine couldn't act as the county coroner in signing death certificates, and that if he did in a homicide case, it could jeopardize the autopsy results. After Jasmine received advice from Garth Dano, he challenged Lee's decision, leading it to court battle. Prosecutor Angus Lee blamed his political opponent for bad legal advice, starting a long legal battle concerning the Grant County Coroner's Office. Lee stated Moses Lake attorney Garth Dano advised Jasmine he could sign death certificates, triggering the battle. The statement followed a decision by the Washington State Court of Appeals. It ruled that Jasmine can't act as county coroner in signing death certificates because of his forfeiture of public office agreement. Dano says the case can still be appealed to the Washington State Supreme Court, and he could be proven to be correct. The 2011 letter from Dano states the plea agreement, which ended Jasmine's career as Grant County coroner, didn't apply to other employment at the coroner's office. Lee stated, quote, "If the coroner's office continued acting pursuant to Mr. Dano's advice, defense attorneys would have been able to openly challenge both the personal integrity and professional competency of the deputy coroner's work product during murder trials. This was a risk I was unwilling to take." Dano stated, quote, "This issue has not been fully decided. It's like the State versus A&J case. The appeals court ruled against us, and ultimately, the Supreme Court reversed that decision 9-0, he said. I was told that I was wrong in that case, too." A Quincy City Council member objected to comments that a fire station north of the railroad tracks is unnecessary. Councilmember Tom Harris congratulated the council for moving forward with a planned fire station in the northern section of the city during Tuesday's meeting. The council approved hiring an architect to begin work on finding a location and designing the building. Harris' comments came after Grant County Fire District 3 officials asked the city to focus on working on a long-term contract between the district and the city. Officials stated the station is unnecessary. The council member said he had to wait for 7 minutes for a train to pass to get across the tracks. He pointed out a fire engine might have to wait that long, and it would waste time in an emergency situation. Now let's take a look at people currently being sought out by the Grant County Sheriff's Office.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be back after this.
Are you looking to improve your or your child's smile? At Casciati Orthodontics, we make it our mission to make braces more affordable and fun. Our business has proudly served the Columbia Basin for over 20 years, and our new conveniently located state-of-the-art facility offers a relaxing environment full of fun activities for the kids. We accept all types of insurance and have convenient payment plans available. Give us a call for a complimentary evaluation, no referral needed, or check us out on the web and make an appointment online.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local community since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Hi folks, good to be with you once again. I'm meteorologist Miguel Montoya from the One News Weather Center. Your weather forecast is being brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places. These are the headlines making news along the Columbia Basin. Temperatures have cooled, so we get the heat out of the region being replaced with daytime highs in the 80s and overnight lows in the 50s, low to mid 50s tonight here in Ephrata. As a matter of fact, maybe some shower activity by Friday. The question is, will it carry over into the weekend? You will have an answer to that in a minute when we get to our extended forecast. But first, let's talk about what's happened here in Ephrata during the last 24 hours. You woke up to temperatures in the middle 60s this morning, which is slightly above normal for this time of year. Made it to the middle 80s this afternoon, which is right on targets. Check the sunset out, a dead giveaway that fall is right around the corner, 8:01 p.m. here in Ephrata tonight. Moses Lake temperatures were in the middle 60s this morning. You also made it into the middle 80s this afternoon, which is near normal for this time of year. Still sitting in the 80s at the present time with a few breaks of sunshine, dew points in the 40s, and we do have a westerly to southwesterly wind at about 10 to 11 miles per hour. Now, we did see some shower activity today, especially along the inland northwest. That will shift out of the region as we head through the overnight hours. Will leave us with some sunshine across our state on Thursday, but I am watching two things that will affect our weather over the next couple of days. First, we have this upper level low spinning just off the coastline, which will work through the northwestern U.S. between Thursday night and Friday. At the same time, we have a much cooler air mass coming out of British Columbia and Alberta, Canada, which will cause the winds to go east and northeast along our state on Friday, as a matter of fact. So that means a lot of cloudiness along with some shower activity. We'll be able to squeeze out even more rain along the eastern slopes of the Cascades with those east to northeasterly winds. Some orographic lift going on across that region. On Thursday across our state, well, we do get that storm system out of the region for the weekend, so conditions are forecast to improve. Now let's carry over to Thursday, see what we can expect. Some coastal fog in the morning. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s along coastal communities, 80s across the Columbia Basin, so temperatures will be near normal for this time of year with a fair amount of sunshine. It does cloud up Thursday night and we could see some rain on Friday. It clears for the weekend and then we could turn hot by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Well, folks, your weather forecast was brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places. Now, as usual, we will be right back with sports.
Toyota wants to know, how do you celebrate summer?
We go fishing.
We like to hike. We love camping, mountain biking, as often as possible.
No matter the activity, there's a Toyota perfect to take you there. From that favorite fishing spot, camping area, or just a great summer drive, including Tundra. Now offered with reduced APR financing or an amazing lease. For details, see any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today and enjoy your summer to the fullest. Toyota, let's go places.
What's white and yellow and red all over? If you said the local book telephone directory, the one with the purple sunset on the cover, then you're right. In print and online at statewideyp.com, it features up-to-date local maps, community information, and a calendar of events. With a restaurant dining guide with full local menus and a reverse directory, you're sure to find the number you're looking for. With the local book telephone directory, it's the best way to get the information you need. Pick up a copy of the local book today or visit statewideyp.com.
A.J. Prosick has been named the new skipper of the Wenatchee Apple Sox. Prozac, the former pitching coach for the West Coast League Ball Club, is the franchise's third head coach. He will leave his current post as a pitching coach at Spokane Falls Community College and assume his new role effective immediately. Prozac played in the West Coast League as a member of the Spokane Riverhawks from 2006 to 2008 and was selected in the 38th round of the 2009 MLB draft by San Francisco. He pitched for the Giants for 3 years in the minor leagues prior to his stint at Spokane Falls. Prozac was born and raised in Chewelah and attended Jenkins High School. The Mariners dropped a 4-3 ball game to the Phillies this afternoon. Kendrys Morales hit a shot over the center field wall to give the M's a 1-0 lead in the top of the second. The Phillies' Marlon Byrd singled in Jimmy Rollins in the bottom of the third to tie it 1-all. A 2-run top of the fourth put Seattle back in front 3-1. A Mariner error, a passed ball, and a wild pitch aided a 3-run home half of the frame, and the Phillies came from behind to pull out the win and take the 3-game series 2-1. Hisashi Iwakuma struck out a season-high 11 batters in Seattle's 5-2 win over the Phillies Wednesday. Since July 1st, the right-hander is 7-2 with a 1.6 ERA, 65 strikeouts, and 4 walks in 72 innings over 10 starts. The Sounders are looking to get back on the winning track when they match up with the San Jose Earthquake today. Seattle has lost 3 of its last 4 matches, but a win against San Jose and a loss by Real Salt Lake puts the Sounders in a tie atop the table of the Western Conference with Salt Lake. Well, the latest AP and coaches poll have the University of Washington Huskies ranked number 25 in the country. Coach Bo Baldwin has his Division I AA Eastern Washington Eagles atop Sports Network FCS college football poll. The team is ranked number 2 in the NCAA coaches poll. The Eagles have laid claim to the Big Sky Conference title and reached the national quarterfinals 3 out of the past 4 seasons. They won it all in 2010. And for all you Grizzly fans out there, the University of Montana is ranked number 5. A 13-year-old Monet Davis is turning heads at the Little League World Series. Monet is the first girl to throw a shutout in Little League World Series history. Davis, who pitches for Philadelphia's Tannay Dragons, is also the first Little Leaguer to grace the cover of Sports Illustrated magazine. Monet sports a 70-mile-an-hour fastball, her go-to pitch. She's back on the mound today when Philadelphia takes on Nevada. We'll be right back after this.
Searching for that perfect place to settle down? Whether you're looking for an elegant single-story, spacious two-story, or a custom home on acreage, Aho Construction can aid your decision with a streamlined production process that saves time, money, and natural resources. Compare us to other builders and see for yourself what advantages you can get by choosing an Aho home. Our philosophy is that we do things right the first time around. Start planning your dream house today with Aho Construction. Call 509-766-1366.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh-baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the 50th anniversary of Job Corps. Reporter Jeff Chu has the details of the celebration.
There are many success stories to have come out of Columbia Basin Job Corps over the past 50 years. David Gillette, Moses Lake School District Network Administrator, perhaps has one of the most poignant, life-changing experiences to share.
I came here actually 8 years ago in 2006. I was actually homeless. So, like they say, they help homeless students. That's definitely what they did for me. I had no family to turn to, no friends to turn to, nothing. I picked this center because of the Cisco program, or the Cisco network. I had done some of that in high school, and it really interested me. I love computers, I love dealing with them. That's just how I've been pretty much my entire life. That's what my father got me into.
Gillette was one of several alumni to help celebrate Columbia Basin Job Corps' 50th anniversary Wednesday. He and other community and business leaders joined more than 100 Job Corps training students at a ceremony in the training center's gymnasium. Susan Mann, Community Relations Director for the federally funded Job Corps in North Moses Lake, said the campus over the decades has helped thousands of disadvantaged youth.
A big part of my job is to work with our business community, and a big part of what we do and what makes our young people successful is our work-based learning program. That is where students can go into the community, partway through their job training program, and complete internships with our business partners. And so without you, we couldn't make sure that our students are career ready when they leave us.
Job Corps, which has trained 2.7 million nationwide and thousands in the Columbia Basin, was founded by public servant Sergeant Shriver after President Lyndon Johnson in 1964 signed the Economic Opportunity Act. Job Corps provides career technical training in several vocational trades to students around the Northwest and the U.S. State Representative Judy Warnick, a Moses Lake Republican, said her son-in-law was a Job Corps graduate in Moses Lake and is now happy as a heavy equipment operator.
Actually, we found out he was a Job Corps student. And at that time, or prior to that, there was a little bit of negative publicity about some of the students out here and the program out here. Since then, I have seen a huge change. And I want to tell you what Scott has done with his life. He married my daughter in the early 1990s. He's gone on to be an excellent husband, excellent employee of all the different companies that he's worked for.
Grant County Commissioners Cindy Carter and Carol Ann Schwartz were joined by Moses Lake Deputy Mayor Karen Liebrecht, who shared in reading a proclamation congratulating Job Corps for its 50th anniversary. The proclamation was signed by President Obama. See the website at columbiabasin.jobcorps.gov. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
We will be right back after this.
Bud Clary Ford Honda is proud to be an automotive leader in our area. Since opening our doors over 54 years ago, we have kept a firm commitment to our customers. We offer a wide selection of vehicles and hope to make the car buying experience as quick and hassle-free as possible. You can trust that we will get you into the car or truck of your dreams. Bud Clary has an experienced and reliable service and parts department that is open extra hours to help fit our customers' hectic schedules. Come for a test drive today at 1200 South Pioneer Way. We are a proud supporter of Columbia Basin Athletics.
Game time.
Papa's in the house.
Wow, what's all this?
I'm all about stats. For instance, have I got some numbers for you? Papa John's, a leader in online ordering.
You bet, Jim.
You were the first pizza company to offer it nationwide. What's the secret?
Jim, it's the pizza.
To celebrate our online leadership, get Papa John's new double pepperoni and bacon pizza for just $12.
Better ingredients,
better pizza,
and a better way to get it, papajohns.com.
Welcome back. SGL Automotive Carbon Fibers plans to fund an electric vehicle charging station as a settlement with the State Department of Ecology for air quality violations. The $125,000 project will build a charging station in Moses Lake to help reduce air pollution from motor vehicles. The project is part of an agreement between SGL and Ecology. The charging station will be compatible with the State Department of Transportation's fast charging network, the West Coast Electric Highway, which locates charging stations every 25 to 50 miles along Interstate 5, sections of Interstate 90, and other major roadways. The station in Moses Lake will provide a link in the state's development of an east-west charging network. The closest network charging location is in Wenatchee. The theft of several items from Walmart reportedly turned into a police chase in Moses Lake. Prosecutors charged Keith Klingenberg, a 55-year-old East Wenatchee man, in Grant County Superior Court with robbery, attempting to elude a pursuing police vehicle, hit and run, and resisting arrest. Klingenberg reportedly walked into the Moses Lake Walmart on August 14th and tried walking out without paying for the items in his cart. When a security officer tried to stop him, he reportedly hit the man in the face and ran. After a Moses Lake police officer found him in a pickup truck, Klingenberg reportedly pulled away from the officer while being handcuffed, jumped in the truck, and drove away. During the chase, he allegedly damaged a fence and a van in the Airway Heights area and abandoned the pickup to run on foot. The officer reportedly caught the man and used a taser to subdue him. In Northwest news, firefighters across the state are close to containing most of the large wildfires in Washington. The Carlton Complex fire is the state's largest wildfire in history. According to the Northwest Interagency Coordination Center, the fire is just 2% away from full containment. The complex burning near Entiat has destroyed 322 residences. Another fire burning in the Entiat area, the Chewacum Complex, is 70% contained. 4 minor structures have been destroyed and 200 residences are threatened by the fire's flames. The Devil's Elbow Complex burning near the Colville Indian Reservation is up to 80% containment. No residences have been destroyed. The Snag Canyon fire burning near Ellensburg and the South Cle Elum Ridge fire are both at 87% containment. Collectively, the fires have destroyed 10 residences. A dog in Taft, California is being called a hero for saving a fellow canine's life. If your vet wanted to use your furry friend for a dog-to-dog blood transfusion, would you say yes? Reporter Chris Ornelius tells us what the owner did.
We didn't know if she was going to make it through the night.
The patient was bleeding internally after ingesting rat poison. Only an emergency blood transfusion would save her life.
It was hemorrhaging in its lungs and gurgling, and it wasn't going to make it.
That's when Piddle, a 2-year-old pit bull mix, came to the rescue. Piddle donated the blood that saved another dog's life.
We call him our little donor dog, but I don't know if he's a hero. I think he just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Piddle's owner, Kanoi Bandy, was on vacation in New York and had boarded Piddle at the Taft Veterinary Hospital. On the last day of her vacation came the emergency call that another dog at the vet's office was dying and they needed Piddle to save her life.
I asked if would it be dangerous, and she said no. She said, but we're going to have to give him some, he's going to have to get sedated. And I said, you know, he could probably use a little bit of that anesthesia, as hyper as he is.
As you can see, Piddle's not really one for sitting still, but the vet says that's exactly why he wanted him, because he's such a healthy dog.
It's a big dog, and we had to give quite a bit of blood, so we actually gave him a sedative and then got the blood out of the jugular vein.
Dogs can be given blood transfusions from other dogs, and the first time it's done, it doesn't even matter what their blood types are.
You can give any type of blood one time to dogs, and it's not a problem.
The blood recipient lived thanks to Piddle's donation of life.
That's going to do it for us here at iFiber One News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.